Hey guys, I'm Kristen.
I'm Richard. We're the Hollands.
Owners of Natural Creation. So after you have sealed your cup, however, whichever way you decorate it, next step is to epoxy it. With the epoxy, you're going to need a whole nother set of material. So with that comes measuring cups, which we bought these off Amazon, and you want to make sure it has milliliters or cc's. And we like to use these bathroom cups, the Hefty little bathroom cups, and then you'll want to have popsicle sticks. What you'll do is you'll measure your epoxy out using the measuring cups, pour it in the small cups, and use your popsicle stick to stir up together. It is important to get a Part A and Part B epoxy. You can pick epoxy up at your local craft store. This is an amazing clear cast. That is a Part A and Part B. Like I said, you can get that at your local craft store. We did start out using that. It's not our favorite. We now use a Pro Marine. We use Pro Marine. We get them by the gallons because it's just easier and it's more cost effective.
Now, with the epoxy, you can't just buy any two-part epoxies. The amazing Illuminate, they're FDA compliant. They're not FDA approved, but they are compliant, which is great for this. There's some other brands out there at your stores that's for just bar tops. So be careful on that. Art resin is another one that people use, and then the Pro Marine is also
the faux resin. I think it's faux resin.
Faux resin epoxy, and the Pro Marine is FDA compliant as well. A bunch of people use all different kinds of brands. We found that
we've had luck with Pro Marine. We haven't really done all the other ones. Yeah. Pro Marine is a little bit cheaper than some of the other ones. Again, this is just going to be a personal preference. You'll have to find and try what you like. With the epoxy, it is very temperature and humidity sensitive. So what works for us here in South Carolina may not work for where you're at. It's just a trial and error type thing. But to get started, you can easily pick up a small set. I think they do have larger ones at your local craft store.
Hobby Lobby has the bigger bottles.
Yeah, and Michael's has one step bigger. This and one step bigger. I think I've seen Michael start carrying the gallon size.
So, sorry to interrupt you on that. This here, and it'll get more into our later videos for UV and all that kind of stuff. This epoxy here we use on our UV glitters, where we shift from white to blue, white to purple, glow in the dark, all that. This is good for that stuff. The Pro Marine is a UV resistant epoxy, so it won't let the sun rays come in to the actual cup and start fading the colors out.
Yeah.
To where this isn't as UV resistant, and it also allows your glow in the dark colors to pop, your UV glitters to shift and change.
Yeah. So yeah, we do use that one. After you have applied your epoxy, next would come water sand.
Yep.
So that's where your sandpaper is going to come back into play from previous.
The wet dry sandpaper. If it's rough, if you think you need another coat, you'll do it. But this right here, you want to use it in water for this steps, and like I said, it'll smooth them out for you.
And we'll go over the steps on our epoxy and how we do it in a later video. After you've got your epoxy and everything, this is where you're going to put your decals on. So there's two ways you can, well, three technically, that you can get a design, saying, picture, whatever on a cup. You can use a heat press vinyl, which you'll want to be very careful with using heat press vinyl because when you heat up the epoxy, it's gonna make it gooey again. So we use an iron for that. We'll do, you know, a tutorial on that. But you can do your heat press vinyl. You can do your regular 651 vinyl, but you can use your printed vinyls from Hobby Lobby, from Michael's, wherever. These are just our standard colored vinyls that we use. We get our vinyls from either Brilliant Vinyl or 651 vinyl, but because these are going to be under epoxy, it doesn't really matter the name, although we do know Cricut glitter will fade the colors. Like the color from the Cricut glitter will go into the epoxy and it looks really rough. But we still get our glitter vinyl from 651 or Brilliant. The other way to get a design on your cup is with water slide paper. This we buy off Amazon. We get clear and white. We use a laser printer. You can use an inkjet printer, but then you're gonna have to go back to having your sealant. So that's just gonna require more. The laser printer is a bit more expensive, but in my opinion, it is a purchase that is very much worth it.
Laser water slide paper, you can print, go straight from the printer to a cup within 10 minutes. Inkjet paper, if you do go inkjet, make sure it's inkjet paper. There is a difference. They will not print on each other. Inkjet paper has to be sealed 3 to 4 times and sat for 24 hours so the colors do not come off.
You're going to want to go back to that sealant that you had used with your glitter or your alcohol ink to seal it, then put it in the water. Then you're going to have to put it on the cup. There's just a lot of extra steps versus the laser. Spend a little bit of extra money and it's a lot quicker, time saving. Color works, the pictures come out so much better than with the inkjet
on laser paper. And these right here, these are Squeegees. You can get these on Amazon.
A lot of your glitter companies sell them.
But you go on Amazon and you can find them all day long. Great for getting water out from underneath your water slide.
And then after you get that on, then it's going to go back to applying epoxy. The one thing that we did mention when you first do your first coat of epoxy is get the torch. You're always going to want to use a torch. This is to get all the micro bubbles out.
Now, there are different types of torches you can get. This is what we started out with, which I personally, me and my sister-in-law love to use this one.
I like that one better too.
And the wife likes to use this one, but she also enjoys the smaller one as well. I
like this one because it's not as heavy. And then if you decide to do keychain molds or molds with it, this comes very much in handy with those, popping those micro bubbles. Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much your basics
for
getting your epoxy. After you do the epoxy, you're going to want to now clean your cup, which is going to be getting all the epoxy out of the inside of the rim, getting what paint residue might be inside the cup, like this one. This is one that we've done. So you can see we've got epoxy on the rim, paint on the inside of it. So this is where using acetone comes in handy. So what that's going to do is you're just going to want to put it on a paper towel, clean inside, get all this out. The acetone does, with using acetone, you want to make sure not to get on the outside of it because acetone will remove the epoxy.
It can if it's on there for too long.
Yeah, so like to strip a cup, you use acetone to strip a cup, which basically takes it from this down to back to the stainless steel. But to get the buildup on the rim and maybe even on the inside, we use a what is that thing called?
Is it X-Acto knife?
Yeah, there you go.
Just a standard blade, nothing special. Pick them up at Walmart craft stores. They work good. If you don't have an X-Acto knife and you've got some old scissors laying around, you can use old scissors. That's what we started out with scissors, and we moved up to this. They're not really expensive, but it's nice to have.
And also this goes back to using the Vaseline. If you have it on the inside, this particular cup, we did not use it. That we forgot. And it does happen, but with the Vaseline on the inside, it'll pop it out a lot easier, and there will be less, having to worry about, breaking the seal or anything. So that's
pretty much everything as far as material goes. So following this video, we will start using these products and showing basic steps to do everything and how the process goes. And we will break it down easily, so that way people that are beginning will know exactly how we start out and how we end. So we will take y'all through the full process of anything from glittering to alcohol inks, mica powders, you name it. We're gonna video it and try to help people get started out the way they want to.
Yeah, but to get your business going, these are, as you say, the bare necessities.
These are the bare necessities. So
that you need to get going.
But y'all have a good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon, and I think that's all.
I would say subscribe and
subscribe, like it,
and
everything else.
Feel free to ask any questions and comment below with any questions, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.